What's up, blue collar scholars? We are talking coffee perceptions. In the coffee world, there is a long tradition of bad perceptions. One of them, for example, it's not the one we're talking about, but for example, is that dark roasted coffee is better, or that it's bolder, or any of these things. And that's not right at all. Dark roasted coffee is different. Not bad, not good, doesn't make it bolder, it doesn't do any of those things, but we have these ideas. Why? Because of the commodity coffee. Commodity coffee as a term, one, from the C market, like stock market, New York Stock Exchange. C market is on the commodity market. So it's a technical commodity like oil and gold. Is gold a commodity? I don't know, whatever. You know what I'm talking about, right? So like real designated commodities on the market. Coffee is one of them. So when we say commodity coffee, what I'm referring to is the coffee that is sold at C market price or below. Really, it shouldn't be below. If it's below C market, then it's garbage, probably. You know, it's like dog food coffee, you know, or Taco Bell meat, you know, whatever. So when I'm saying commodity coffee, I'm talking about the stuff that's sold at the very bottom base level, not anything fancy. And so commodity coffee is not the best tasting coffee, but it is inexpensive. And so what they do to make it taste a little bit better, roast it a little darker so it's all the same. And they told us it was bold and told us it was strong and all of these things. None of it was true. What it was excellent marketing. And so the C market right now, as I have it up on my computer, coffee is being traded at $1.16 per pound. So that means a pound of green coffee, this beautiful stuff right here, is $1.16 per pound. I'm sure you can see how many seeds there are in this. This is probably, I don't know, 4 ounces of coffee, green coffee. Probably a pretty good chunk of coffee cherries from the tree, actually. A lot of work goes into 1 pound. Multiple people are working on it, plus land, plus water, all these things, and you get $1 for it. Great, right? So one of the things that if there was one thing that I could just take all of our brains and just blow that up, it would be breaking those perceptions on price. We judge coffee on price. We say coffee shouldn't be more than 99 cents, or I should get 40 ounces of coffee for $1.25. That stuff is hard, and I get it because I'm the same way, right? So I worked for the Big Green Monster at one point in time, and we sold a grande coffee for $2, and it had been that way for years. They raised the price from $2 to $2.05, $2 and a nickel, to compensate for the change in price. And there were people outraged. I mean, like, this is garbage, I should not have to pay this much. 5 cents, are you kidding me? And I just sat there for extra, and I was like, you're already spending $2 like for 16 ounces of coffee. Is a nickel gonna break you? And it's not that the nickel was gonna break them, because where I was serving coffee, folks were doing okay, right? So you'd complain about the nickel and then get in his Maserati and drive off. Not judging, but I wasn't worried about that nickel's impact on his day-to-day. What it was is the perception. The guy that raged at me had in his brain that 16 ounces of coffee equals this. Regardless, it does not matter. Is it better? Is it worse? Is it this kind of coffee? That kind of coffee? Doesn't matter. 16 ounces of coffee liquid equals $2. And when you break that and you go to $2.05, the whole world's over. Just give up, right? It's done. I can't handle this. And those are the perceptions that we have. So there is a coffee shop that I love. When I go and I sit down, I get a For Here mug, which usually, a lot of places discount, they don't. I spend $3.50 on black coffee. Don't get me wrong, I get my value because I fill that sucker up a bunch. But I'm paying much more than that. And that, if I were to get a different coffee, the price would be different because no coffee is the same. No single coffee is exactly the same unless you're buying commodity coffee. If you're buying commodity coffee, then it is literally the same price across the board. And the quality is the exact same across the board. And that is low, right? That's what stocks and stock exchange does. It's about driving price down. I mean, companies want price to go up, but commodities, we want everything to go down. We want our gas prices to go down. We don't want gas prices to go up because that's good for the economy. No, we want price down, down, down. So coffee being on the commodity market, same thing. We want coffee prices down, 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 so that the businesses make more money, so that the coffee cup is cheaper and I can enjoy these things for less money. We treat it like a utility. We treat it like a commodity. And so because we treat it that way, we focus on price. And the price is the only thing that differentiates it. And so if there's one thing that I could just implore beg everyone to change how they view coffee, is that it's not the same. It's very different. The value is very different. The quality is very different. And we should have different prices. And we can't get locked in on 16 ounces equals $2. Because I tell you what, you get a beautiful cup of coffee, $3.50 feels like a donation. That's how I feel when I go to my shop because the customer service is through the roof. The quality of the coffee is stellar. The cup, everything is thought through. It's perfect. I'm like, here's my money. You should have it because you deserve it more than me. But really, quality is important and coffee does not equal a set price. We got to break that if we're going to be successful, if we're going to have a future in coffee. So with that, everybody, we'll say adieu.